Hello students, I hope everyone is doing good. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to explain the second lesson. Okay? We're going to start with the second lesson and the title of the lesson is A Gift of Chappals. A Gift of Chappals. Alright? So let us look into the story. You have to listen very carefully because it's a very interesting story. Alright? So, Mridu is a girl who lives with her grandparents. So, in Tamil, grandmother is Tapi, right? You know better than me. And Tata is grandfather. So, these are the grandparents with whom Mridu lives. One day, her grandparents tells that they are going to visit her aunt, Rukumani's place, okay? So Rukumani is Mridu's aunt. Okay, who is Rukumani? Rukumani is Mridu's aunt. You have to remember the name, alright? So they are going to visit Mridu's aunt, alright? So they were planning to visit, and over there her three cousins also live, and their name are Lali, Ravi and Meena. Can you see here? The name are Ravi, Lali and Meena. Okay, so basically here you will find two parts in this story. Okay, you will find two parts. So in the first part you will come to know who is Lali, who is Ravi and who is Meena, and in the second part you will find Lali learning violin from the music master and how the beggar appears. Alright, so let's look into our first part. Now, children, just imagine when you're about to visit your cousin, they get excited to see you, isn't it? In the same way, when Mridu visits her cousin, Ravi got excited and he pulled Mridu, and when he did this, Mridu said, "Wait, let me take off my slippers." So she set them out neatly, and when she was doing this, Mridu noticed a pair of large slipper. Okay, a pair of large slipper. Can you see a large slipper here? Yes. So after she noticed this slipper, okay, she saw the mark of toes, and the slippers are old and worn out. As you can see in this picture also, the slippers are torn and it's already worn out and it's already very old, right? So see, after this, you can see in this picture also the excitement between Ravi and Mridu, right? So the excitement could be seen in everybody. Now Ravi wanted to share some secret with Mridu. So Ravi took Mridu to the backyard. Now after taking her to the backyard, they have seen something. You know what they have seen? In the torn football, there lay a very small kitten licking a milk from a half coconut shell. Meena and Ravi found him outside the gate. Ravi tells that they had found this kitten outside the gate this morning only. So Meena tells Mridu that it's a secret because Amma says Patti, okay? Patti means grandmother. So if the grandmothers comes to know that the kitten is living in the backyard of the house, the Patti, okay, which means the grandmother will leave to Padu's mama house because the grandmother don't want to see the kitten in their house, okay? So they are keeping this as a secret between them only, alright? So Ravi explained this problem which he was facing in keeping the kitten in his house. Okay, he says that people always tell us to be kind to animals. Isn't that right? When you go to school or anywhere, your teachers or your parents also must be often telling you that you have to be kind to animals, right? Yes. So Ravi was explaining this to Midhu, right? Wherever I go, I often hear that we should be kind to animals. But when we actually bring them, they scream and they say, "Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here. I don't want to see him here. I don't want to see the street dogs. I don't want to see the street cats." Why? Because they are dirty, right? So, in the same way, even Ravi was facing this kind of problem because Pati, which means the grandmother, uh, did not want to see the kitten inside the house. Okay, and the problem doesn't end there. Okay, there was one more problem. Further again, Ravi is again feeling another problem. Do you know what the problem is? Well, let me tell you. Okay, the another problem which Ravi was facing is that in order to get a milk from the kitchen, okay, in order to get a milk from the kitchen, he have to hiddenly go and take the milk from the kitchen. You know why? Because Patti always used to stay inside the kitchen. And you know why he is going to take the milk? Of course, he wanted to feed the kitten. Okay, so when he went inside the kitchen, Patti was also there. And then when he was about to move out from the kitchen by taking the tumbler, Patti looked suspiciously. Okay, Patti looked suspiciously to uh, Ravi. Okay, so in order to prove her, okay, that this milk is for him only and nobody else, so Patti asked him to return the tumbler back. But Ravi told that he will clean it and run out with the leftover. Okay, and after that he ran out. He went and poured it in the half coconut shell, and in this way it was so hard for him to bring a little milk for the kitten. Now, children, do you want to know the name of the kitten? I'm sure yes, right? Even Mridu was curious to know what was the name of the kitten. Well, Ravi tells Mridu that the kitten's name was Mahendra. Okay, what was the kitten's name? His name was Mahendra. Okay, so Mridu was shocked. Okay, Mridu was quite shocked by hearing the name. So Ravi again continued to explain that the full name of the kitten's full name was Mahendra Varma Palava. Mahendra Varma Palava Punai. Don't you think that it's a very long name? Yes, right. It's a very long name. You know why he kept his name? Okay, there is also a story behind this. Okay, now let me explain why Ravi has kept this name. Okay, now Midu was surprised by the name, so Ravi told that the kitten was the descendant of the Pallava lion. Okay, the Pallava lion, the emblem of Pallava dynasty he had seen at Mahabalipuram. And he further added that it was a descendant of Mahabalipuram Rashi cat, and he kept on adding that the cats are worshipped in ancient Egypt. Okay, he tells Mridu that the cats are worshipped in ancient Egypt. Now, Mridu and Mina and Mridu exchange look because they find it very funny after hearing such kind of stories from uh, Ravi. Okay, so they were exchanging look, and then they were saying as if they were exchanging looks, and they were saying like, what does they have to do with anything? Okay, and when they were talking to each other, they heard a weird sound that was coming from the window. Mridu was surprised, but the creaking sound did not stop. And Mridu asked surprisingly, "What's the noise?" Okay, so now Ravi explained and tells that Lali was learning to play violin, and music master was teaching her how to play the violin. And he is describing and comparing the master's singing with Lali's singing. He says that master's singing is like a train whistling on, and while Lali's train is like derailing, means she was not singing in a correct rhythm, okay, and getting off the beat. While her master was on the correct rhythm, and Lali was not able to catch along with her master. So that was the difference between them, okay, between the master and the little girl. Okay, now the first parts end here. In my next video I'll be explaining the second part. Okay, thank you so much, student.